First things first. First things first. This review has spoilers. If you've not watched the movie, just stop. Don't watch it. Don't watch this review. Just go and watch the movie and then come back. That's the first thing. Second thing, men are mad. Men are mad. Third thing, women are the weakest link. Fourth thing, anything will concern reason with me love, run away. See, any reason please go. If the man just say potential, anything like potential, anything like nothing like that, because these men, they are going to shame you. Because remember point number 2, men are mad. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is RSA and I create Nollywood and lifestyle content. So if you like that kind of thing, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Today I am going to be reviewing the movie Sista. Sista is a movie that, first of all, I'm not going to say it came out on, because let me give you the gist. So it was supposed to come out on the 23rd of June, right? 23rd of June. And then on Wednesday morning, we woke up and we saw that Sista was out. And I feel like everyone was shocked because 23rd of June, I think that was like 31st of May. Anyway, they now took it down. Apparently some people were even watching it and all of a sudden you couldn't find it anymore because there was an error, like I guess Prime's passed and they released it. Then they apologized and said it was going to be up on the 23rd of June. So me, I'm there planning my watch party for this movie. And then I wake up on Thursday morning, June 1st, and I see Sista is back up. And they're like, yeah, you know, that's it. So officially it was released on the 1st of June. And it tells the story of a young woman who got pregnant, really young, adolescent, like really like teenage pregnancy. Yeah, she was still 19, so teenage pregnancy. And the man eventually left her to fend for herself and the 2 kids. And 19 years later, he comes up, or 20 years later, he shows up and he's like, yeah, I'm back. And he wants to like be a good father to these children. It's a really sad story. It's also one that is quite common. It's nothing like, there were no twists and turns and, you know, it's giving you suspense, any of those things. No, it was just like a story that was imitating art. So like, life. So art imitating life. Right? Yeah, it was just like a very plain, you know, this is what we're used, this is what happens in society kind of story, and I really like that. Again, I'm a huge advocate for not every story needs to be up and down, not every story has to have twists and turns. A good simple story can work as well. The movie Sista, it's first of all directed by Bisola Aiyeola. If you know me, you know I really like her. I love her movies. She has some really good ones like Jobber and just like Breaded Life, just some good movies that I feel, you know, she always does. For me, as far as I'm concerned, she delivers most of the time, so I am quite confident in her movies. Then the role Sista, the lead role, is played by Kehinde Bankole, and permits me to say, but she absolutely killed that role. Like she ate and she left no crumbs. She bodied the role, she killed it, she buried it, she resurrected it and killed it and buried it again. But yeah, jokes aside, she actually did a really, really good job in that role. Then her baby daddy is played by Deyemi. His wife is played by Bisola. She has there's Auntie J, who is played by, I think her name is Tokwe. I'm not too sure, but I think her name is Tokwe. Then we have the younger version of Deyemi and Kehinde Bankole, played by Chimeze Imo and Ade herself, respectively. They also have the children. That's the kids that they have. I can't remember their names. I know the guy is Ade, but I can't remember the baby's name. But that's basically everyone in the movie. And that's another thing I like. The movie was very like, there were not unnecessary faces. Do you understand? It was like, okay, these are the people we need to execute this movie. We're just going to have just these people. We don't need Beyonce to be like to do like cameo itself, but she wasn't there, and I was kind of surprised. That's to show you how much they were like focused on the story. Now, let's talk about the story. Story, like I already shared, she got pregnant really young. She was 19 and he was 21, and they got pregnant, and they were basically kicked out of their respective houses to go and start living together. He was already in uni, and she moved in with him in uni. She also then had to start fending for both of them because they were basically cut off. So she started making food, noodles, all of those good stuff, and became the caretaker. Then they got pregnant for the second child. Bear in mind that she had to drop out of school to take care of him and take care of them, to be fair. But when the second child came, my guy was like, I need to head out. I can't do this. He had just graduated from school, so he used NYC as an escape. And guys, he wrote her only one letter. Like, he literally wrote her one letter to tell her, I'm not doing again, no. Well, thank you for everything you have done, no, but I'm a head out. And that was literally one letter, and we never heard from him again. Obviously, now this was olden days, so She couldn't look for him on Instagram or Facebook or any of that, and that was how he left her life. Now, we now move to present day. Sister has raised these 2 kids. She's a cleaner. She's a very hardworking, truthful, trustworthy cleaner. She's cleaning, doing all the hard work, and then this man basically shows up again in their lives, and now he's trying to be a good dad. The first thing Sister did that I feel like she shouldn't have maybe done was when she saw him and he recognized her, I think she could have gone home to say, guys, your father is around, because she had told them that their father was dead. So they lived their lives thinking that their father was dead. She worked hard to be both their father and their mother. She worked hard to provide for them, to put them in federal universities, just to do the best she could do, even though it was very, very difficult on her. And as soon as he showed up, I think she could have told them, guys, okay, I lied. This is what it is, because she knew that he was, like, I feel like it was obvious he was going to come, to come and look for her. And if she was able to control that narrative, I think that things would have turned out very differently in how, like, the children reacted. So he showed up, he explained himself, they found out that their father wasn't dead, everything, and he was like, oh, he wants to be a father to them. Obviously now, these are children that are 19 and 21. These are people that have seen their mother struggle their whole lives for everything they've had. Like, she literally had to buy them used iPhones, everything. And then they see this man, this daddy that looks like he has money, he's coming from abroad, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to take you guys to school abroad. He buys them new phones, he buys them new clothes, he takes them out, takes them, like, things that they weren't really able to experience with their mother, they're able to experience it now. Guys, I'm sorry, but realistically, I don't think it's weird that these children, now started to neglect their mother and neglect their mother's hurt. Now, granted, it was annoying that they didn't even front, they didn't even like raise shoulder for him. But realistically, these are people that have been thinking, oh, you know what, it'd be lovely to have a dad. They probably saw their dad was dead for so many years, and now they see that their dad is not dead. Not only is he not dead, he has money. He's willing to spend the money on them. Like, they were ready to take it, and that was very interesting to see. That's something I really liked about this movie. I love the complexities of the story. It was interesting to see that these children, even though they had so much love for their mother, they did not see how their actions were hurting her. They didn't see how their actions were neglecting her. They didn't see how they were causing her pain, how the situation was causing her pain. They were very focused on themselves, and were easily bought by money, to be very honest, because he wasn't being a father, he was just splurging basically. And eventually she had to, like, it was a big deal. She spoke her mind, and it was very, very hard to watch. And that's why I say that Kehinde Bankole acted that, because you could see the pain. It was almost like every time she spoke, it was as if it was happening to her in real life, and that was an amazing performance. AMVC, if people don't nominate her, well, like, we go show hands. Granted that I feel like these children could have been a bit more understanding. They should have had some more pride. I also understand that these are younger children. They're not necessarily young, but they're not babies, but they're young, right? And they want to have a father. They've seen a semblance of a family. They have a father, they have a mother, and they see what other people now have. It's easier for people that are coming from like a family unit, complete family unit, to say, oh, they should have held off, they shouldn't have done this, they should have done. That's my opinion too. But I also need to realize that these people had longed for a father, and they finally saw a father, and they just felt like, okay, you know what, instead of crying over spilled milk, let's actually enjoy this time. I also saw a tweet that if she had told them that their father wasn't, like, if she didn't tell them their father was dead, they probably would have had more animosity towards him, because they would have known, like, they knew he left them, but for so long they believed he was dead that it didn't really sink in their heads. When they were suffering, they weren't suffering and thinking, and our father left us. They were suffering and thinking, oh, our father is dead. Do you understand? So it can go both ways. It can go that they would hate him so much more now because they realize that, we suffered all of that and you were alive. But it could also go that, you know what, I'm even slightly thankful that you're not dead. And even though I hate you now, I'm just going to take what you're giving me. I also feel like we should not be so hard on them. They're young. And it could have happened to anyone. Literally, like, it's one of those battles that you just have to pick. Do I want to hate this person, or do I want to just enjoy the time that this person has, like I have with this person at the moment? I also feel like it was a difficult position for them to be put in, because they were now in between the fight between their mother and their father. And I don't know, I have mixed feelings. I don't feel like children should really have to deal with that baggage. They didn't have to fight their mother's battles for her. Like, because their mother is fighting a battle, a part of me is like, they should fight that battle with her. You know when your friend is fighting somebody and you're fighting the person too. But then another part of me is like, but they are children. They should not have to fight that battle. So it was very, very dicey. It was a very difficult situation to be in. And honestly, it could have gone either ways. I'm not the hugest fan of how it went, but I can understand and I can see how, like, it's also very realistic. It's not everybody that will hate. Do you understand? Not everybody's like me that can keep a grudge. Men are selfish. And guys, if you don't take anything away from this video, that's the first thing I want to take away from here. Men are selfish, okay? Men will put themselves first. I have, like, when I was in the past 1 or 2 years, I've thought to myself and I realized that men are very selfish. Women are more like, how will this affect this person? How will it? Men, they don't think about it like that. For them, it's very, this is what I want, like it's me. Because there was no reason why at 21, this man left a 19-year-old with a 2-year-old and an 8-month-old pregnancy. That is ridiculous. There's no amount of, oh, I'm sorry, there's no amount of I was young, because she was younger. She had given up so much for you. She left school. She was feeding you. She was paying for everything. And he still left. And that's why I tell you, like, put yourself first. As a woman, put yourself first. Because these men are going to put themselves first. That's the first thing. The second thing is, see, if you are into fornication, don't fornicate. And parental sex, say no. But if you do by mistake and you dabble in it, you do usually dabble in fornication and premarital sex, please get protection. Protect yourself. Because as a woman, you are most likely going to bear the consequences of that action. The man would say, oh yeah, I love you, and he will continue his life, but it's you that will have to stop school or stop work. So if you're not ready, having children is not something you just have. I don't have a child. I have a nephew, and I can already tell that having children is not something that you just have. You have to be prepared for it. You have to have the financial capability, mental stability, emotional stability. You need to have support to do it. So please and please and please, guys, if you're not ready, if you know that, please protect yourself. I promise you, these men, they will lie to you, they'll tell you they love you, and then they will leave you, and then they will say, she was my past, you're my present. Girls, stay strapped. I want to give an honorable shout out to Bisola, not necessarily the actress, but the role she played. I think it's very, very rare to see a woman that is so empathetic and understanding and is secure in her position as a wife, because this man sprung 2 children and a baby mama on her out of nowhere after like 19 years of being together. It's wow. It's a lot to take in, and to be in that position, but to still empathize towards this woman, the woman that, you know, has basically had to struggle alone all her life. It's an amazing. I don't even know if I would have been that gracious, if I'm being very honest with you guys. I don't know if I would have been that person to say, you need to, because she was hurting as well. Everything she thought she knew was a lie. Everything she thought she knew about her family was a lie. She went from having only 2 kids to now having 4 kids, realistically. So it was really, really warming to see that she was able to take them in, and she was able to also push him and nudge him towards the right direction and to do the right thing. And she was a sound voice of counsel, and like, she, even when he had issues, she was one of the people that was like, do it this way, you've been like this, you've been selfish, you've been this. It's amazing. And big ups to the character. The person that wrote that character was amazing stuff. Now, a woman like Bisola, a woman like Auntie J, because me, I thought that Auntie J was her friend, like Sista's friend. I thought that Auntie J was going to, like, support Sista. But imagine my shock when I'm hearing Auntie J basically say, let sleeping dogs lie. I'm like, bro, you've seen this woman struggle. You've been the one that has been helping this woman. And now there's an opportunity for her life to be better. There's an opportunity for the person that made her to suffer like this, at least come and apologize. And you're saying, let sleeping dogs lie because you are scared that, to ruffle feathers. Bro, I was actually really surprised. I didn't expect that from her, but human beings will shame you, they will embarrass you, and you have to stay, you have to watch your back. As much as I liked this movie, there were a few things I did not necessarily like. I did not like the accents. Bisola tried, but I just also could tell that it was, like, I don't know, it wasn't just as authentic. So yeah. And then she had an accent, he didn't have an accent, and I'm like, they had British accent, but I think they were living, it was just not really giving what it was supposed to. And I also didn't like Auntie J's Hausa accent. I just felt like it was, yeah, let's not do that again, okay? Yeah, cool. Another thing was, when she was much younger, I feel like she was speaking decent enough English. So I was very surprised when she was older and she was just bagging up and down. I'm like, the storyline didn't really continue there, but maybe, I don't have any excuse for that. That's also what I did not like. But yeah, I think in summary, it was a really, really good movie. I would rate the movie like a good 8.59 over 10. I also think that it's something everyone should watch. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video as well, and also let me know if you've seen the movie. What do you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. Without any further ado, bye guys.